Hello and welcome to the Fortnight News. My name is Daniel Amirul Hakim and these are tonight news.
Hello and welcome to the Fortnight News. My name is Daniel Amirul Hakim, your entertainment reporter. I will covering local entertainment in Malaysia. Kuala Lumpur. After 10 years of providing an avenue to nurture and celebrate the arts, the Performing Arts Centre of Penang, Penang Pack will be shutting down its operation permanently on Saturday, January 15. In a recent statement from its social media account, Penang Pack CEO founder Dato' Dr. Farida American and Joe Hasham explained that the Actors Studio and Eastern Oriental Berhad had mutually agreed to close down Penang Pack, since it was no longer financially sustainable. This was partly due to the devastating 2 years brought upon the by pandemic and its after effect, as well as the poor immediate outlook and recovery. This announcement comes about after months of discussion between the parties, whilst every effort has been made to secure the future of Penang Pack. It has proved impossible in this current climate. With this, the winding up process of Penang Pack will be initiated and the Art Centre will cease operation on January 15, 2022. The premise will be closed and the space will be returned to E&O Trading on the same day. Read the statement. Farida and Joe added, "This was not a decision we took lightly. It is indeed heartbreaking that Penang Pack has to close down, but we must face the fact and reality. We would like to extend our gratitude to Eastern and Oriental Berhad for partnering with the Actors Studio to set up Penang Pack 10 years ago and housing youth in Strait Kuwait, where we have enjoyed 10 extraordinary years. During this time, we had the privilege of witnessing many performing art groups and artists blossom, playing host to many international groups and created what we hope was a warm home for the performing arts community in the North. We have also been on the receiving end of much warm care and generosity from our patrons, students, sponsors, partners, staff, ex-staff, and interns. For that, we thank you, they said. In this past decade, Penang Pack has showcased close to 1,000 performances and events, and entertained 250,000 audience from all walks of life. That's from your entertainment reporter. Thank you for watching. I am Daniel. Now back to the studio. Next, for the news on natural disaster, I would like to invite Nur Irva Natasha.
Thank you, Daniel. Hi, I am Nur Irva Natasha, your news presenter. The end of 2021, Malaysia was hit by natural disaster, which is Malaysian flooding. On 16 December 2021, a tropical depression made landfall on eastern coast of Peninsula Malaysia, bringing torrential downpours throughout the peninsula for 3 days, resulting floods affecting 8 states across the country, have at least 54 deaths and 2 missing. During its furthest extent, it caused the concurrent displacement of more than 71 residents and have affected 125,000 people on the overall. Besides Johor, the number of residents evacuating from floods in Pahang, Melaka and Negeri Sembilan also continue to rise on 1 January 2022 as the 4 states brace more heavy rain. 3 rivers in Johor, Sungai Segamat, Sungai Muar and Sungai Tangkak, declared by government officials as a once-in-a-century disaster. It is the worst flood in the country in terms of displaced residents since the 2014 until 2015 Malaysia floods. It is the deadliest tropical cyclone-related disaster to hit Malaysia since Tropical Storm Red of 1996, which killed 238 people and left 102 more missing. Record high precipitation were measured at weather stations at Selangor and Kuala Lumpur. Widespread damage were reported at the state of Selangor and Pahang, especially the district of Hulu Langat and the city of Shah Alam. Floods in Malaysia have displaced of tens thousands of people since 17 December 2021 after unusually heavy rainfall caused flooding in several states. That's all from me. We will back to Daniel Amirul Hakim.
Thank you, Irva Natasha. And for the help, I would like to invite Hanin Arwa.
Hello, welcome to Health News. I am Hanin Arwa, and now we have announcement about first patients vaccinated in clinical trial of HIV experimental.
Science has a way of snowballing. One discovery can lead to another. Years of discoveries led to our COVID vaccines, but what might those lead to? Last May, Dr. Anthony Fauci told me that it could help fight another virus that defined much of his career.
You know, it goes both ways, Joshua. In fact, the work on the structural biology and the structure-based vaccine design, working for years on an HIV vaccine, was extremely helpful in us getting a vaccine for SARS-CoV-2. Going back in the other direction, the platform technology for vaccines, the mRNA particularly, that proved to be beyond our expectations successful, we're going to start using that platform technology in HIV. So it's one is helping the other back and forth.
Turns out Dr. Fauci was right. Yesterday, Moderna began clinical trial.
The first participants have been vaccinated in a phase 1 clinical trial of an experimental HIV vaccine that utilizes Moderna's mRNA technology, the company announced last week. The trial, titled IAVI-D002, is being conducted in partnership with IAVI, a non-profit scientific research organization. It is testing a vaccine that delivers HIV-specific antigens to the body with the goal of inducing an immune response. These antigens were initially developed by researchers at IAVI and Scrip Research, led by Dr. William Schiff. In a proof of concept trial last year, the research team found the HIV antigens produced the desired immune response in 97% of participants. The current trial builds on the previous one by testing the primary version of the vaccine and also a booster version, and by employing Moderna's mRNA technology, which was previously used to create a successful COVID-19 vaccine.
The immune system will look at what it thinks is an HIV cell, and it will start to attack it. And if this vaccine is successful, it will eliminate it and prevent the vaccine. The vaccine will prevent the virus from developing into the end stage of HIV.
We are tremendously excited to be advancing this new direction in HIV vaccine design with Moderna's mRNA platform. The search for an HIV vaccine has been long and challenging.
Vaccines have become a part of life. Adding this vaccine to the list means I think that we'll be doing something that we're already accustomed to doing. And for folk who are at risk of getting an HIV infection, this really does mean that we're about to enter a new...
And having new tools in terms of immunogens and platforms could be the key to making rapid progress toward an urgently needed effective HIV vaccine. Mark Weinberg, IAVI's president and CEO, said in a news release from Moderna. The new trial, funded in part by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundations, will follow 56 HIV-negative adult participants with the goal of studying both the safety and efficacy of the vaccine. 48 of the volunteers will receive at least one dose of the primary vaccine, 32 of which will also receive the booster.
35 to 38,000 new cases of HIV every year. We're really targeting that as our most important mission here, to reduce the number of new cases and hopefully in my lifetime see the elimination of HIV altogether from the human family.
The remaining 8 will receive the booster vaccine alone. The trial includes participants from 4 locations: George Washington University School of Medicine, Hope Clinic of Emory Vaccine Center, Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center, and the University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio.
These are the places where we see the highest concentration of infection, and this would be the location for, I hope, what will be a very impassioned effort to make sure that this vaccine is distributed, that it is successful, that people accept it, and that it becomes exactly what we're hoping for, the dawn of a new day.
That's from your health reporter. Thanks for watching. I am Hanin Arwa. Now back to Daniel in studio.
Thank you, Hanan Arwa. And for News on Spot, I would like to invite Umi Norjana.
Thank you, Daniel Amirul Hakim. Hi, I am Umi Norjana. The Malaysian men's hockey team moved to 10 in the world rankings yesterday after beating Wales 3-1 in their second test at the Reading Hockey Club. Malaysia now have 1,427.181 points and are just above Canada, who have 1,422.120 points. For the record, Canada played at the Tokyo Olympics and ended as the last team at number 12. Malaysia last played at the Sydney 2000 Olympics. Faisal Saari scored 2 goals in the 17 and 18 minutes. The first was from a penalty corner, and immediately upon restart, he scored a field goal. Wales made an attempt to claw back into the match with a 58-minute attempt, but Razi Rahim closed the test with a 59th-minute penalty corner goal. Malaysia will next play France in 2 international friendlies, but both matches do not carry any ranking points. National coach Arul Selvaraj said that it was not an easy match as they had to travel for 3 hours to the venue and then played in the cold and rain, but in the end it was a sweet victory for the players as well as Malaysian fans. He also said that one of the reasons they came for the Britain tour is to get the experience of playing under pressure and coming out winners. It was a victory for the players' perseverance as well as the team's build-up process. It was also a sweet debut for Shafiq Hassan, who picked up his first international cap against Wales. Meanwhile, even though the national under-21 team beat England 5-4 yesterday, Coach Wallace Tan is still looking for more from his boys, as the slide happened after they took a 5-0 lead. Wallace have said that even though they won, there are still many improvements that they would like to see from this set of players soon. They have 2 more matches, and they hope they use them to improve the weak areas on this tour itself. Amirul Hanif Mamad at 18 minutes and 33rd minutes, Nur Firdaus Rosti at 24th minute, Akhimullah Anwar Isuk at 27th minute, and Muhibuddin Moharam at 29th minute scored for Malaysia. England started their 4-goal fight back with a 38-minute goal, but Malaysia held on to claim a slim victory. That's all from me. Back to Daniel Amirul Hakim.
Thank you, Umi Nurjana. It is time to wrap up this edition of news. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum and good night.